All right, we're here in the Oval Office with the President of the United States, President Donald Trump. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Pennsylvania, obviously incredibly important for you. You won Pennsylvania. They said you couldn't do it, and you did, and you're going to win again, I believe. The USMCA, the trade deal, very, very critical to Pennsylvania jobs.
Well, it is, but I mean, beyond even USMCA, Pennsylvania is now having the best year they've ever had because of our policies. We have more jobs. We're helping the steel. We're helping the refineries. We're helping agriculture. Pennsylvania's had the best year they've ever had over the last couple of years since I'm president. And I love the state. I went to school in the state, as you know. I went to college there. I went to the Wharton School, finance. And it's a great place, and I hear we're doing even better than we did on the day of the election, so I'm happy about that.
What do you think about it? There was a war on coal before he became president, a war on fossil fuels. All the Democrat candidates have said they want to end fracking, which is hugely important to Pennsylvania.
There was a war on everything. They had a war. They have a war on everything. They have a war on themselves. Okay, these people, I think they're stone cold crazy, if you want to know the truth. But there's a war on everything. They're using impeachment for reasons that it was never intended. I just watched a little bit of the hearing. It's a joke what's going on. Everyone is just, they can't even believe it. They've politicized this to a level that it was never meant to be by the founders. And that'll be over soon, just like everything else. Don't forget, and you were with me from the beginning, and I won't forget it, but the fact is, you remember, this started long before the election. I mean, they've been after me from before the election. And Schiff gets up yesterday and he starts making a speech, I guess in California over the weekend, screaming about how he's going to take the president out, and now he's in charge of a committee where the Republicans have absolutely no rights, no due process, no witnesses, no lawyer, no nothing. It is a horrible thing happening, but here's the bottom line. We'll win, and Pennsylvania is going to win. We have things happening in Pennsylvania, as you know, with various plants opening up, auto plants, steel plants. Nobody's ever seen anything like it.
And Mr. President, I talk to people all the time who say this impeachment thing is blowing up in their faces because they turn around and they go, why are you getting nothing done for us? The USMCA is a great example, right? They should have moved on it by now, but they won't move on it because all they care about is going after you.
Nancy Pelosi is incompetent. She has no idea what's going on. We're going to end up losing Mexico and Canada. They've been waiting for months. They call me. They say, sir, when is this going to happen? It's up to one person, Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House. She doesn't want to put it up. She admits it's an incredible bill, replacing, by the way, the worst trade bill ever, which is NAFTA, where we lost thousands and thousands of companies and jobs, millions and millions of jobs. NAFTA was the worst. This is going to be one of the best trade deals, maybe the best trade deal ever made. We're going to lose it pretty soon because Mexico and Canada, they're waiting for many months. And she's playing probably politics, but she's basically incompetent. She hasn't done anything. She's Speaker of the House. She hasn't done a thing other than this phony impeachment, and I think it's going to blow up in her face. But this deal is ready to go. I mean, I'm concerned that if she holds it much longer, they're going to just say thank you very much, and they're going to just say, let's go back and let's just do our thing. That could happen. Well,
that's going to backfire then, Mr. President. The workers want to see results. I call her Batty Pelosi. I mean, you're the master of nicknames, but that's what I call her. I just think that she's losing it. And who would you love to run against the most? Who's your dream crazy candidate to run against the most?
Well, it's hard to believe out of 325 million people, that's the best they can do. I watched some of them this weekend with the pandering, with the begging. I've never seen anything like it. So, you never know. I never want to talk too much because you still have an election to run and crazy things can happen in elections. Look how dirty they were with the filthy, dirty dossier that they produced on me. With all of the things that they've done, they're doing, they do books on me and they have nobody signing the books. That's all the same group that we have right now. I don't even call it deep state. I call it bad people. I see it, people testifying. I see people going over and testifying. And these are just a lot of bad people. But we have a lot of good people, too. Fortunately, they more than surmount the bad ones. But USMCA is something that should be approved immediately. If it's not approved immediately, Mexico, Canada, they're going to say goodbye, sayonara. We appreciate it. And it's such an incredible deal for us. And look, they picketed. When the deal was made, they picketed in those countries because they weren't so happy with the deal. Nancy Pelosi is going to blow one of the greatest deals ever made.
Mr. President, I'm grateful you said I was with you from the beginning. It was my honor to be with you from the beginning. There are a lot of never-Trumpers, though, and I think that they're angry that you want to bring the troops home. They're angry that you don't want to start any new wars. That's who's turning on you as I see it, sir.
Well, they're even angry when I got al-Baghdadi. I mean, they couldn't believe it. I got al-Baghdadi, who's the number one terrorist in the world. I mean, the founder of ISIS. He's trying to rebuild ISIS because I was the one that knocked out 100% of the caliphate when I took over. 3 years ago, the caliphate was all over the place, and I knocked it out. Then I knock him out, and they made him into a religious leader. The front page of the Washington Post, they made him into a great, wonderful religious leader as opposed to what he is, which is a horrible terrorist, the number one. But you look at that, and even the deep staters. The deep staters, in a certain way, the never-Trumpers, I find, are almost worse than the Obama and Clinton people. Never-Trumpers there's something about them. They're out of business. There aren't too many of them left. They're on the respirator, as I say. But the never-Trumpers these are people that if you took with all the judges, I'll be up to 182 judges very soon. That's federal judges, Court of Appeals, District Court, and 2 Supreme Court judges. And we rebuilt our military. We got rid of the individual mandate and Obamacare. We're going for things that nobody's ever done before. We're protecting our Second Amendment. You do all of these things, and you say John Smith is the president. All of these never-Trumpers would say he's the greatest president that ever lived. But with my name on it, I still have to fight. But that's okay, because you've been with me from the beginning, and I will never forget it.
Mr. President, it's my honor, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
God bless you, bud.